With the third day in a row of stocks dropping, I got a lot of news for you guys, some supports and resistance, and my outlook on the market. With that being said, welcome back to another video. NextGen Wealth Tips here. I'm here to tell you guys about the stock market, teach you guys how to become better investors, and more. With that being said, use the links in the description below. Coinbase and Robinhood are two good apps to use. If you use my links in the description, you guys can get free coins and stocks. And with that Coinbase link, you get a chance to win one Bitcoin. Speaking of Bitcoin, we have been dropping a decent amount. Bitcoin is below that $90,000 level. Where is it? I can't find it. Golly. Bitcoin did indeed drop below that $90,000 level. We are kind of making a little rally back, but honestly, I recommend just having your patience with it. With that being said, why is Bitcoin dropping? I did just make a video to kind of do some more details, but basically with the market becoming like having more fear, they're selling off, and also just not enough good news for the stock market overall, or not stock market, but the crypto market overall. Just brought down crypto in general. So keep that in mind for crypto. We are kind of rallying back up a little bit with the market kind of coming back. So keep that on your mind and on your radar. Some stocks to look at is MSTR. MSTR is all the way down to that $250 level. If you can get a dip in crypto, this could be a great stock to get because you can see it all the way back up at that $300 level and even more. So this is a great play to look at, especially if crypto is bouncing back and you see Bitcoin above that $90,000 level. Another one is IBIT. IBIT is just an EFT that moves with Bitcoin. So you guys can trade option plays with this, make a decent amount of money too, times your money by a lot. But with that being said, some of the news that is going on, we're just going to do it in the heat or news flow, honestly. All right, so we're going to be reading off this, but basically the stock market presenting mixed performance today. The Dow Jones basically average edged up by 0.5%, and the S&P had a slight decline of 0.3%, and NASDAQ fell by 1.1%, which is the technology sector. We have been getting a little bit of a sell-off with the news from yesterday with Microsoft kind of dialing back from AI and stuff like that. But with that being said, a significant development today is the Microsoft decision to scale back its AI investment. This strategic move raised questions about the sustainability of the current tech rally, and whether it might be a signal of a broader pullback in the tech sector. So keep that in mind for Microsoft kind of pulling back from their AI spending. It could break down everybody's investments in AI and stuff like that. A lot of people can be selling off, and we could probably see a bigger sell-off. This is the third day in a row of a big sell-off, so keep that on your mind and on your radar, but we are kind of making a little bit of a rebound. That being said, one thing that can really determine the tech sell-off is NVIDIA, which is their earnings, their fourth quarter earnings report tomorrow. Analyst projects robust figures with expected revenue at around 38.32 billion, driven by strong demand for AI and graphics processing units. However, recent developments such as emergent competition from the Chinese firms like DeepSeek have introduced uncertainty into NVIDIA's future and growth. So we are looking at Blackwell demand, and Blackwell kind of like if they're still, kind of struggling with making Blackwell chips and stuff like that in the call. So keep that in mind too. So yeah, recent data indicates a decline in consumer confidence, with the conference board's index dropping more than anticipated. This downturn suggests potential headwinds for consumer spending, a critical driver for economic growth. Additionally, the Federal Reserve's cautious stance on interest rates, influenced by concerns over inflation and tariffs, adds another layer of complex to the market. So with that being said, do understand that yesterday Trump kind of announced that he's still going to be doing the tariffs on Canada and China on the 6th. I think that's around next week. So keep that on your mind and on your radar, because that can bring down market certainty and bring some fear into the market overall. Also, with that being said, Mexico is indeed still trying to, work out a deal, they said today, a couple hours ago. So keep that on your mind. That can really change the outcome of the market too. So yeah, but as we approach tomorrow's trading session, several factors can have close attention to. So their NVIDIA's earning release, of course, keep your eye onto that. It can show AI demand and bring up or down the tech sector and even the overall SPY. So keep that in mind. And it can also kind of like determine which way we're going to go with the market carrying forward. The Federal Reserve communications, any statement regarding policy will basically move the market, and future interest rate adjustments. People are kind of projecting that we might get one in June. So keep that on your mind too. Geopolitical developments, ongoing discussion around tariffs and international trade. So basically, if we can get, a deal or something like that coming out with tariffs, we can probably move the market too and show a clearer direction of where we're going. Some other things is the Biden chip thing. So basically, Biden made a chip law or chip ban, basically, or not ban, but just like the exports to China. And now Trump is actually going to be making it a little bit worse. So he's basically going to be, either limiting what the chips can do, hiring the cost, and or just banning the chips overall shipping to China. So that can really affect Nvidia's overall stock price and even bring it down even more. With that being said, Bitcoin below 87,000, like we talked about earlier. Crypto overall has just been dropping today, but we're looking kind of decent right now. We kind of had a little bit of comeback. With that being said, I do recommend looking at that $90,000 level going up, or the $89,000 level first, and that $90,000 level, and then coming all the way up to that $93,000 level. And if we can keep on rebounding, that would be great. But keep Bitcoin on your mind and crypto overall. And also, we did recently get a Ukraine agreeing to basically Trump's rare mineral deal. So basically, I think we're spending $500 billion for the rare mineral deal. I think it's a good idea because honestly, like, we can protect, because we're going to protect the rare minerals. So we might have troops there and everything like that. And then that 500 billion goes towards rebuilding Ukraine and stuff like that. So keep that on your mind and on your radar. With that being said, some price levels to look at for the future. I do honestly think that we're going to be making a little bit of a rebound of SPY. We still have like 20 minutes left of the market open, and I think maybe 30 minutes left of SPY because it stays open 15 minutes past. But with that being said, we have been kind of working this VWAP a little bit, kind of bounced past it, and then we tried to retest it, test it a little bit, but then we bounced off, and then we tested it again, and then we kind of made a rebound. So right now we're kind of retesting it again. So with that being said, I do recommend looking at that 593 level after close, all the way down to that 592, and maybe even retesting that 590 level that we bounced off of earlier. With that being said, if we do still look up, because I think Apple and Nvidia is kind of looking strong, and they're kind of carrying the market. And I think another stock too, I think Meta maybe. No, and then other little stocks like Amazon, Walmart, stuff like that is kind of carrying up too. But we kind of made a rebound with some stocks. So keep that on your mind and on your radar. With that being said, to the upside, I do recommend looking at that 50 or $96 level, especially at 97. We had a little bit of bounce off that, 98. And then that 600 level, I don't think we'll hit 600 tomorrow unless we get a big rally upwards. But I think everybody's anticipating the NVIDIA earnings. So keep that on your mind and on your radar. Next is Apple. Apple is looking pretty decent, but they got that $500 billion deal coming out and stuff like that, just making their stock price look like great overall. With that being said, we did kind of have a rally up, and then we kind of are looking bearish overall. With that being said, I do recommend looking at it to the upside. The 248 level, 249, and then that 250. We kind of had a big bounce off that 250, and then kind of just like consolidating right there, and then finally falling when everybody's seen that it wasn't bouncing off. So I really want to see if it can hit that 250 level by tomorrow. Hopefully we can, but I'm not really too sure. I kind of like Apple right now because Apple's been holding pretty strong in this tech sell-off. So keep Apple on your mind and on your radar. Nvidia has been consistently falling down. It's looking pretty bearish right now, but with that the earnings can bring it up or down. So with that being said, with the earnings, I do recommend just looking at the gaps. I know my chart is kind of messy. I'm sorry, but some levels that we can go up to in the short term with the earnings is 140, and then going down, we still have some gaps to fill downwards all the way down to that 113 to that 120 level. So keep that on your mind and on your radar for earnings. Earnings is really going to move it. I don't recommend trading it before earnings anyway. But yeah, Palantir did indeed fall a little bit more, and it's been falling for the past 3 days also. With the bad news with the 8% spending cuts and some other bad news that we've been getting. I think honestly, look at that $85 level. We bounced off of it earlier today. So honestly, if we can get a bigger bounce off of that even more and go down lower, I think I'm gonna look at that 85, 84, 82, 81, and that $80 level. $80 level is gonna be key because we might be able to get a bounce off of an $80 level, and or we probably just got to bounce off the $85 level. These are key supports that is at right now. So honestly, if we get a bounce, we might even get a bigger bounce. So keep that in your mind and on your radar. But to the upside, I look at 89 and 90, and then going up to that $94 level. That being said, Tesla just has been a falling horse. I actually got a put option here today. I think I'm up like $600. I think it's like 100x right now. With that being said, I do recommend what I'm mainly paying attention to with Tesla is kind of, if you see what it did, not today. Today kind of had a big, or today kind of had a big sell off right away. But what it kind of did yesterday is that we kind of had like a little bit of a rebound, and then we started selling, a little bit of a buy, and we had a little sell. So what I'm thinking is that we will close below that $300 level, as you guys can see right now. We'll close below that $300 level, and then tomorrow at market open, we might test that 300, might bounce past it a little bit more, but then we might bounce down and go even lower. So basically, what it kind of did this day is kind of go green a little bit and then bounce down. So that's what I'm kind of looking at. Tomorrow we might bounce down a little bit lower and then finally test it and then break down lower. We've been kind of holding at $300 level, so I really want to pay attention to that $300 level. We might either bounce below it and then finally break it, and or just keep on consolidating around that and then either going up or down. This direction is kind of unknown. We do got bad news with some euro sales, some more euro sales went bad. But with that being said, we might have hit another bottom with that 300 if it holds pretty strong. If the 300 doesn't hold strong, I am looking at it to the downside, 295 to 290. But honestly, I really just want to see how it reacts with that 300, because honestly, it can go both ways, up or down. So keep 300 on your mind and on your radar for this one. But yeah, with that being said, thanks for watching the video. Smash the like button, subscribe if you guys are new. If you guys want me to look at other stocks, just comment down below what you guys want me to look at. And yeah, guys, peace out. Love you guys.